All right. Hey, everybody. I am here with my client, Reena, who just graduated my 12-week Fitset online program. Good to see you, Reena.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good,
Feeling
good.
good? Can you believe you graduated? Your 12 weeks is up,
It went by so fast. I'm so
right?
surprised. Like at the first of it, I was like, okay, like it's coming. I thought 12 weeks was a very long time, but it sped up like as soon as it
Right.
hit the halfway mark. I was like, oh,
Right.
it's here.
It flies by. It's like time just goes so fast. So you absolutely crushed it. I was going to tell everybody, like, Rena has a busy lifestyle living in LA. You throughout the course of the 12 weeks, you traveled where to Palm Springs, Vegas.
Vegas.
You got sick throughout the course of the program. You kind of experienced like all of real life, right?
Yeah,
Dating
all the
and
real life is happening now.
yeah, and so now the world's opened back up, and you still, with all the circumstances, were able to still be over 6 pounds down, which is again like half a pound a week is kind of what we set you at for your body goal. So you
Yeah.
freaking crushed it. So proud of you. So I just want to ask you a couple questions. Why did you join Fitset? What was it about the program that kind of made you want to join, and where were you at when you met me when you wanted to join?
So when I met you, I noticed that like my weight had started creeping up a little bit because of COVID. I think it had gone up like at least 5 pounds, and I was just so confused at like what happened because I felt like I was normally a very healthy person and that I worked out like all the time, like 4 to 5 times a week at that point, and I just didn't see anything going down no matter how much I was working out. So I thought that I needed help and would have like a nutritionist to help me guide me in it where it wasn't a diet. And I felt like with your program it was more that it was an educational type of thing where you understood um, real life situations and how to like go about doing things where you lost the weight but you weren't like killing yourself to lose the weight. Like I felt like it was very doable in everything that I was doing, whether it be tracking my calories, which I did before, but I never weighed or anything like that. And that was just like really eye opening. And then you had your little courses where I felt like it was definitely a course where like I understood about like sodium and fats and how like those were actually, um, even though maybe I was doing keto or all those other fad diets and I was under my calories, but my fat and stuff was what was causing me to gain the weight. So
Yeah.
I just felt like I got to you at a great time because it was right before COVID lockdown quarantine ended and I was able to
Yeah.
get back to my pre-COVID weight. So it was great.
Woo! Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the best. And again, did you feel like you were restricted at all? Like did you have fun throughout the 12 weeks? Like how was it as far as like maintaining getting back into real life, like things are opening back up in LA? Like did you feel restricted? Did
Um,
you feel stressed about it? How was it as far as that
I
goes?
don't I don't think I felt really stressed about it at all. Like it was really it gave me a lot of room to like be able to do things that I wanted. Like you would always have like your fun points and stuff like that where like you kind of plan your day around whether your calories and stuff like that. So I felt that it wasn't that hard, it wasn't that restrictive in comparison to other
Perfect.
diets that I had. It wasn't like I was taking away my carbs or anything like that. And I used to like villainize carbs before, and
Yeah.
then when I started your program, I was like, oh wow, like I don't have to think about it that way. I just think about it as a source and it helps balance things out and it helps me feel like good because I didn't feel like strained or like I didn't have like a huge loss of energy when I started going for that caloric deficit. So I felt like
Yeah.
it was great. It was pretty easy.
That's awesome. I know a lot of people freak out like because you did keto before. So everybody when they join who's done like keto and has done like the carb restricting, they always freak out when it's like 50% carbs. They're like, what? Like, oh my gosh. So do you feel like you understand like carbohydrates now? Like I'm not telling you to eat pizza and cookies and like crap food all the time, but
Mhm.
you definitely can fit those in if you want, right?
Yeah, and then the thing about fiber, I was like, oh wow, I never really thought about fiber as being a huge thing for me to
Yeah.
get to my goal weight. Like I never thought about fiber before.
Yeah, I feel like so many people don't realize that's such a huge important aspect of it. And like fiber comes from carbs, right?
Mhm.
So it's where it's awesome that I'm glad you feel like you've learned about that and you can kind of carry that with you. So as far as like the overall program, like was there anything specific you enjoyed? Was it like the workouts, nutrition? Like what did you enjoy the most?
I think I was actually really happy that I did the group setting thing because it really had me looking forward to something, seeing your guys' faces every week and
Yes.
having our chats about each other's like different life experiences and stuff like that. It kind of made me look forward to it and be like more focused on like what I'm doing. And
Yeah.
then it really kept me accountable because every Friday you would look at my food and I would say like done or like look at like what questions you might have about like how I'm thinking about my food process, and that actually like helped a lot because it really kept me accountable, and that's what I did this program for. It's I wasn't doing it, I was doing it on my own before and it wasn't having results, and when I have someone actually like getting on me and keeping me accountable, it helped a lot.
That's awesome. Yeah, I do want to say thank you because yeah, you and Heather and a couple of other girls who are like constantly on those calls, right? The group call is like where the magic happens in that group program. We can connect with each other and like a
Mhm.
lot of times like you would give really good insight. Like to, and it's cool because like when you first join, there are people further along, right? That could help
Mhm.
you. And then all of a sudden, like as weeks flew by, you were the pro, right? I'm like, Rena, tell them your experiences. So that was definitely I appreciate when people can be on the calls and like make it work and get that collaboration and get that community
Mhm.
feel with everybody. So you crushed it. Was there anything that surprised you or that you learned that you like you said the fiber and the carbs, but like within that, like what and the fat, like what were those the things like that you were surprised to learn about?
Yeah, like I think I always thought of things as being healthy foods for me. And I would be going to Trader Joe's all the time. And based on like what you were saying and like based on the limits in like the My Fitness Pal app, like I was able to see that even though I was eating all these healthy foods, they would
Mm,
be high like in fats, like in certain salad dressings would be like really high, even like milks and stuff like that would be high in fats or like super high in sodium, even though I
yeah.
thought that they were healthy foods. So it really brought me back to the basics of like how like clean, good foods would be great for my body for getting to those calories and having
That's
a good
awesome.
energy level for sure.
Perfect. So yeah, you feel like do you feel like you now have like a better understanding, a deeper understanding of nutrition? Like you look at food labels now and like know those things that you should look out for.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. Way
That's
better than
good.
before. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to do the same. I'd go to Trader Joe's and be like, "Ooh, Trader Joe's mac and cheese. This is so healthy."
Guilt-free like mac and cheese. And it's like it's at the
It's
end of the
still
day, it's
mac and
still in
cheese.
fat. Yeah.
Trader Joe's Oreos. Like I was that person too. I'd have all like the good fun Trader Joe's foods and then get home and be like, "Ooh, I'm so healthy." So yeah, like food labels and sodium and fat and fiber, all that stuff. Like it matters even if it's like Trader Joe's healthy. So that's
Yeah.
awesome that you learned that. And then my last question for you is there any advice you have for somebody who's contemplating joining, they're watching this, maybe they're like, I don't know, I'm on the fence. What do I do? So, is there any advice you have since you've now gone through the program, you've experienced it? What would you say to them?
I think it's definitely worth it. I think when you're spending money on yourself, that's the best investment that you could have for yourself
Mm,
because you're
yeah,
going to feel better in most situations afterwards. And I know it's like not that weight is equal to like happiness, but I think that when you're feeling confident that you're doing these workouts that Heather has, like these strength training workouts, I haven't done strength training in so long. And to have these type of workouts, I was like, oh wow, I feel strong. I was going up in pounds up all the way up to 12 pounds at one point. So like I felt like it'll help your confidence, it'll make you feel good, have great energy, and it definitely puts you in a better place. And to have someone accountable,
awesome.
it's definitely worth it. Definitely.
Yeah, I was always watching you, right? I'm like, hi, Rena. We see you. Okay, perfect. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate your input. And yeah, for anybody who's watching who's curious, as I always say, like schedule the free consult. What's the worst that's gonna happen? We're gonna have like a great conversation, right? Like I'm not I don't ever want to pressure people. It's just I want to support you guys and help you guys. So I appreciate it. And I appreciate you, Reena, for taking the time to do this little chat with me. And I'm going to miss you so much. So
Me too.
if you ever want to do round two, door's always open. So thank you, girl. And I will talk to you later.
Alrighty.
Bye.